So you may have heard of the term 2D barcodes and the terms 2D workflow, right? And always wondered, what are these things? Are they worth it for me in my Amazon FBA business? Well, guys, on this video, I'm going to go over exactly what both those terms are, how they will actually benefit your Amazon FBA business, and basically everything else in between, all right? So without further ado, guys, drop a comment down below. Let me know what you guys think. And if you are new to this channel, I am a 7-figure Amazon wholesaler doing this full time. And on this channel, we just provide a lot of information on how to run your Amazon FBA business, tips, tools, and softwares to use in your business, and everything else in between that you need to run a pretty successful Amazon business, all right? So if you haven't already, hit subscribe. And without further ado, let's get straight into it. So in case you don't know what a 2D barcode is in Amazon, essentially it's a barcode that has like 3 different little, barcodes on there, all right? And so what they technically should be doing is making it faster to be checked in with your products at the Amazon fulfillment centers, okay? Because with 2D barcodes, it gives the employees a much smoother route when they're scanning those barcodes, because it'll kind of tell them more or less what's already in those boxes instead of having to unload them and then, one by one trying to figure out what's in them, and thus cutting the whole process time, in half or so. And so, that aspect alone is very beneficial because, when you're sending in products to Amazon, you want them to get checked in as fast as possible, right? You don't want your products sitting in there for extra days, if not weeks. And so using 2D barcodes in general should help with this, all right? And really, that's the simplicity of what a 2D barcode is, okay? I mean, it's really that simple. It's just a different label that you print out, and it has, different barcodes on it that will give the employees all this information. Now, let's move into what 2D workflow is and how it would actually benefit your business, all right? Now, 2D workflow is a software created by the one and only Watch Me Amazon, all right? An 8-figure seller who's been in the game for literally 10 plus years. So shout out to him, and, shout out for him creating this software, because I can understand why he created the software, especially when you start growing and scaling your business, all right? So that being said, for a lot of you who may be beginners watching this, this software may not be for you immediately, okay? Because you're just learning how to do the process, how to source, how to send your first shipment. Maybe it's just a box or two, or a few boxes. So right away, you won't need the software. But as you start growing and scaling, this software alone will help speed up your prepping process so much, all right? And that's assuming you guys are doing your own prep. If you're using the prep center, you may not utilize this, but I guarantee if your prep center is pretty smart, they will utilize this software themselves, because they know it'll help them prep your products much faster too. So, it's definitely something I highly recommend that you guys kind of recommend to your prep centers if you're going the prep center route. Now, the way that 2D workflow will basically help your business is that it speeds up the processes, like I mentioned earlier, okay? Because guys, in the past, I've done my shipments through Amazon. I've done my shipments through Inventory Labs. Amazon just completely sucks ass, straight up. Let's just be honest. Especially with the new send to workflow crap, it's just, complete garbage. Inventory Labs, it was okay. It made the process much smoother compared to Amazon. But the thing with Inventory Labs is that, when we need to create our shipments through there, you would have to, prep them, label them, but you couldn't put them necessarily into any box just yet until the very end, which sucks because, you wanted to like have all your product basically ready, labeled, boxed up, and good to go. But you couldn't do that, right? Because otherwise then you would have to figure out what went where. You would have to waste time writing it down, or maybe taking pictures to memorize all this stuff. And so, using a software like 2D Workflow basically cuts all that, right? With 2D Workflow, you can create your shipment. And as you create your shipment, you can basically prep and pack away at the same time, okay? So if I'm prepping 20 units of a product and I pack them away, I can literally tape that box up, print out the box label for it, slap it on there, and we don't need to touch that box anymore whatsoever, okay? And, in the wholesale space specifically, speed is the name of the game. And the, faster that you can move your processes, the much better it's going to be useful, and the much faster you'll move in your business, thus cutting less work hour times and, making you more money, because long term, if you can save on time, you're going to be saving on money too, okay? I mean, I think Watch Me Amazon said that this software alone cut his workforce time from like a few days. And you can imagine at his level that, that matters big time. So yeah. And I mean, just that aspect alone, guys, is the biggest reason why you guys want to get the software. Assuming that you guys are, growing and scaling, and you're starting to feel the pressure of the workload get to you, because again, it just makes everything easier, and especially if you're doing LTL, which is freight carrier partner and whatnot, it just makes it so much smoother because you can just literally weigh the scale, the pallet, whatever you want to call it, literally get one weight, one height, and you're completely done with that pallet. So it just makes everything so much smoother. Not to mention, like I said earlier, it does get your shipments a bit checked in faster, at least in my experience. Uh, Personally, I think it depends on the facilities, anyways. But still, no way you're about to see 3 weeks or 4 weeks, using these methods, or at least shouldn't be, because if you are, then it's probably the facility at that point. So, but yeah, guys, I mean, the software is crazy. It's only $97 a month, which again, to some of you who are watching this and maybe you're just starting out, beginning, like I said, I highly recommend putting a pause on it and not worry too much on it, because as you start growing and scaling, you'll start to feel that pressure and you'll realize when you actually need it, okay? Because the software is a game changer, guys. It just, again, makes your processes so much faster. And, like I said, time is everything. And when time is everything, it's also your money. And if you're, wasting time, you're basically wasting money. All right. So, but yeah, all in all, guys, that is basically it. That is the simplicity of 2D workflow and why you guys should definitely check it out for you and your Amazon FBA business. Now, if you are interested, I do got a link below in the description below. It does give you a free full month trial to try it out versus like the 2-week trial that they use on their website. So, check it out, grab the link, let me know what you guys think. As far as like the platform itself and whatnot, get some time to use, right? So, because like any other software that you've never used, you kind of just, trying to figure it out. But they do have some tutorials on their site that you can check out on how to use it and whatnot. And for those of you who, want to still use like inventory labs or seller boards for like your cost of goods, because it does not track your cost of goods, you could definitely integrate it a bit. With inventory labs, you're just closing the shipment before you get to the final phase, and it'll trans over to 2D workflow. And so like that, you have your cost of goods tracked and you're still able to finish your shipment in 2D workflow. Okay. So all in all, it does basically all that good stuff. So just check it out. Let me know what you guys think. And as always, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I will make a future video on actually utilizing the platform, going a little bit live on, step by step, so that you guys can kind of see the process on how that works. But as far as, why you need to use it, guys, that is basically it for this video. And as always, guys, I am out. Peace. And be sure to check out one of these videos out here, in case you're interested. So without further ado, peace.